Davis is watching at home, having sustained a nasty head injury on the weekend from which he hasn't fully recovered. Still feeling a little bit groggy. He was sent home. But don't worry, Les, this is really happening. Tottenham are 3 up. They are on course for the final. Sheringham. Everson. Now Anderton. Davis in acres of space. Simon Davis. It's 4. Tottenham Hotspur are going to the final in the style that their supporters demand.
There was some slick one-touch passing on this side. Just takes the pace off, sees the picture, and this kid deserved it. He's charged forward and charged forward. Maybe the keeper should have covered that near post, but anybody deserves it. Simon Davis does. He's played terrific particularly in the second half. But some smashing passing. They used the extra man brilliantly, changed the picture, got it out the other side.
Well, Tottenham Hotspur's insistence on attractive football has been ridiculed at times during the last 10 years when they've been anything but successful. But it is a tradition here. It is a tradition which the manager is aware of and was part of and was very anxious to recreate. And tonight they have played with style. A lot of other qualities too, but plenty of style. And when the goals are replayed on the road to Cardiff, they will represent this Tottenham performance, because certainly 3 of them have been right out of the top draw. Everson, Sherwood, Sheringham and now Davis. 5-2 on aggregate. And unless Chelsea score 3 times in the remaining 13 minutes, Glenn Hoddle will lead Tottenham Hotspur out in a major cup final, having played 6 cup finals for this club. Only one in this competition, that was at Wembley in 1982, when Liverpool came from behind to beat Spurs. And oddly enough, Graham Souness, who will be the opposing manager in Cardiff, was in that Liverpool team. Here's Gudjonsson. Souness, whose football education began here at White Hart Lane, or his English education anyway. Here's Tariko.
Well, they don't need too much encouraging Spurs to get the ball wide and get wide wing-backs in, and particularly with a man light now. That's the way to use your extra man. Keep spreading and getting out on the opposite side and pull the opposition about.
He hasn't thrown the title towel in just yet. Chelsea do have an FA Cup tie at home to West Ham, who they beat soundly last weekend, coming up next weekend. But their Worthington Cup adventure is all but over. Anderton. Too long for Poyet. His name is rather conspicuous from its absence now on the score sheet.
Yeah, he's had a great contribution, hasn't he? He's charged forward when Sheringham's pulled wide or Everson's pulled wide. He's at every given chance he's gone between the strikers.
Chelsea fans heading for home. A fortnight ago they thought they were the ones heading for a final. And they'll look back on 1 or 2 moments, notably the penalty that Forsell didn't get in the closing stage of that first leg. But all the ifs and buts have been wiped away by the sheer conviction of Tottenham Hotspur tonight. They have taken their opponents apart. Dalabona. Terry. It's reached Zola. got his shot away. It struck Gardner. John Terry with an effort. Anderton meeting Stanic. It's fallen for Poyet. He's found Sheringham. Everson is free behind him. Even Teddy hasn't got eyes in the back of his head. Although you sometimes wonder. Look at that from Sherwood. It was inviting for Sheringham. To adapt the old song. Spurs are not on their way to Wembley this time. And Ozzy Ardil isn't around. But they like a cup final at this club. They put 6 past Bolton here in the quarter-final. Admittedly, a half-strength Bolton Wanderers team. Sam Allardyce had different priorities, but Claudio Ranieri has put out as strong a Chelsea side as he could muster tonight, and they're facing the same kind of humiliation. Bolton Wanderers are Tottenham's opponents in the 4th round of the FA Cup here on Saturday. Sherwood pulling back for Sell. Talabona. It's a pretty young Chelsea side out there now. And they're hanging on, fighting on gamely, but they've had the stuffing knocked out of them. Terrific 4th goal this. Change up front, Sergei Rebrov will replace Stefan Everson. And Oyvind Leonarsson will come on for Gustavo Poyet. Well, Poyet won an FA Cup, a Cup Winners' Cup and a European Super Cup during his 3 years with Chelsea, and now he's hoping to start a trophy collection with Tottenham. And whoever his next door neighbours are, I think it's somewhere in the Windsor area, they're going to have a pretty noisy night. Offside. Final score from the Premiership tonight from Filbert Street. Leicester City 1, Arsenal 3. Goals from Van Bronckhorst, Henry and Wiltor. And so Arsenal go second in the Premiership table. All level games now. Manchester United 45, Arsenal 44, Newcastle Liverpool 43, Leeds 42. Anderson looking for number 5. Kudicini out. 3 points separating the top 5. And another round of Premiership games to come next midweek. A week tonight. You can see the highlights on ITV1. Zola. Tackled by Leonards and stabbed away by Sherwood. Chelsea just need the clock to speed up, really. Their hopes of saving the night all but disappeared. Desai has found Terry. Crossed in towards Ida Gudjonsson. make the head of contact that you might have expected of him.
Yeah, it's the best chance of the night. Wouldn't have made any difference really to the outcome of the game, but that was their best chance.
Tariko. Gardner. Sherwood. Space for Davis. It's another good cross. Kudishini got a hand to it. You forget that Tottenham are missing Stephen Carr through injury down this side, one of their outstanding players. He's back in training.
You should probably guess that. I mean, let's see Anderson pick them off here.
Sheringham. Space for Leonardson. It's Rebrov! Tottenham Hotspur 5, Chelsea 0. The spell has been broken. The curse has been lifted. Tottenham have beaten Chelsea extravagantly on their way to the final.
Just a suggestion that Leonardson may just have been offside, but he makes up the ground there. Defender slips, Rebrov gets in, tucks it away tidy, and it's pitiful now. They're just toying with them now. Yeah, just saying there that the wing backs have been brilliant, Tariko and young Simon Davis. And you're right. If Carr was fit, if Ziege was fit, would they be in the team?
Ben Thatcher.
Aye.
Rebrov jumping into Desai, which wasn't a particularly wise thing to do, because Rebrov's the one who's down, but the man who's up is that man, Glenn Hoddle. And you've got to choose one of his players, and I think it might just be one of his players. As your Worthington man of the match. Who would it be, Rob?
Well, I tell you what, you've got Sherwood and Sheringham who've given 10 out of 10 performances, so Anderson, who gets it, must have given 11 out of 10 tonight. But it's been a hard one. Simon Davis could have had a shout, Tariko, all of them, the kids at the back.
Darren Anderton is Ron Atkinson's Worthington man of the match. If you want to agree or take issue, the ITV football website is the place to do that this evening. Message board is open. Spurs might not be finished yet. Gallas back there.
And he, for me, has been Chelsea's best player, by the way.
William Gallas, yeah.
Yeah, he's stuck at it. He's played left back, right back, centre half, and he's getting in the way of Desai. The other one that would come in for little criticism would be the goalkeeper. But I don't think you get that any blame at all.
Forsell trying to turn, away by Perry. The Spurs marching on to the mass choirs of their supporters who've waited a long, long time for a night like this against Chelsea. No flag because Rebrov came back, and it's Anderson running from onside. Leonardson's waiting in the centre. Anderson might go for goal himself. Desai is back there. Chelsea almost out of their misery. Forsell. Terrific shot. Oh, that's a fabulous goal. Mikel Forsell maintaining this remarkable record of having scored from the substitutes bench in each of his last 4 matches. And just underlining what a talent he is.
Yeah, it is a superb goal. Tugs it away from Perry and tucks a great shot away. Great pity the rest of his teammates' performances don't match up to that sort of quality.
He was a beaten semi-finalist last season when he was on loan to Crystal Palace, beaten 5-0 at Anfield that night. Well, it's 5-1 now. Tottenham's aggregate lead is still 3 goals, though. Stanic, he can't beat Leonardson to it. It's Oyvind Leonardson round Kudishini. Tottenham looking for a big finish. Leonardson hit against Desai.
That's the time he should have passed. It was a bit awkward. He did right. He couldn't get his shot away in the first time when he went round Kudishini. We had a great little chance then to lay it into, I think it was Sherwood's pass.
There'll be 4 added minutes at the end of the match. This is Ida Gudjonsson. Trying to slip it through to Forsell again. He's going to score again, is he? No, Sullivan just reached it, and Gardner was able to clear. There is a flag up anyway. Well, he looked level at worst.
Yeah. Good goalkeeping.
Gudjonsson and Forsell have stuck at it in these last few minutes. Enjoyed each other's company, the two Northlanders, the Finn and the Icelandic, nogging the Nog country. But they're the ones who are enjoying it. They've got some very public and vocal supporters, Tottenham, and have a bit of radio airtime to themselves. I'm sure we'll be hearing from them in the next 24 hours.
I mean, he's looked a terrific prospect on the right-hand side here, isn't Simon Davis? And yet, I would guess when Poyet comes to the time when he's going to sort of fade away a bit, that this lad will go in his position.
Davis, who's 22, into the path of Anderson. Behind them, two 21-year-olds, King and Gardner. It's Rebrov towards Leonarsson, cut out there by Desai. Terry first with the loose ball. There's Gudjonsson again. Dalabonna, some space for Zola. John Terry's waiting in the centre. Chris Perry clears. So the 2 minutes of added time to play. Johnson couldn't slip it past Sheringham, though. Too many tricks you can teach him. So who wins the final then, Ron?
Who wins the final? I think a lot will depend on the day, who has players available, who's able to pick their strongest team. I think it's going to be a very tight game. I watched Blackburn play last week against Man United when I thought they were very unlucky not to come out of the game with something. You wonder whether Spurs can produce a performance of this type in a one-off match. Well, they have done tonight, so, you know, whether they peaked too early, if you like.
Yeah, I'm frightened of Graham Souness too. Here's Oyvind Leonarsson. Sergei Rebrov. It'll be a good final. There's some good players on the field. You think of the Duffs and Janssens and Coles, what they can do as an attacking force, and we've seen Tottenham's attacking potential this evening.
There's the lad that looked forward to playing in the final, because it looks as if he's going to play.
Sherwood
playing against his whole team.
Never played in a major cup final, Tim Sherwood. He's been a title-winning captain with Blackburn Rovers, of course. He was an England international a couple of seasons back.
And on the evidence of what I've seen as well, if England had a problem, I mean, that is an area where I think we're strong at the moment in midfield. But if they had a problem, he could well get on the plane. You talked about the others, and rightly so. He's one I wouldn't rule out. I think there'd have to be injury problems, say Gerrard or something other problem, but on the evidence of what he's produced in the last 2 or 3 games, he's been superb.
It's a final you will see live and exclusive on ITV1 next month from Cardiff. Tottenham just trying to place one last cherry on the top of their cake. Sheringham to Davis. Under away by Desai. Zora's been unable to influence matters. Glory, glory, Tottenham Hotspur. It has been a glory, glory night for Glenn Hoddle. The club that loves a cup final is going to another in the hands of a cup final hero from their glorious past. Glenn Hoddle's homecoming may be cause for a party next month. What a time to end their interminable wait for a victory against Chelsea. After 11 years and 347 days, Spurs win the biggest match between the two in that time by a big, big margin. 5 goals to 1. a trophy they've won as recently as 1999. That proved to be a day out at Wembley in an era of uncertainty for the club. Next month, Tottenham will hope to start a brand new era. But a ground that has witnessed just 2 European games in a decade is tonight full of people with plans to travel. Spurs are on their way to Cardiff. Hoddle's going to do it again. And how they've done it tonight. More to come from Bob and Terry. But there is the stark news that Tottenham are going to the final in the grand manner. 5-1.